for today.
I've known you guys been waiting for this video. I've been waiting for myself for so long to do my wish list for the characters for Injustice 2. And I gotta say, from all the picks I had to pick were very, very hard. But I think you guys are gonna enjoy my character wish list. Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is J-Roar, and today we're gonna talk about my character wish list for Injustice 2. I'm gonna make it very simple for you guys. We're gonna talk about confirmed characters so far, and then the returning characters who I think they're gonna come back, and then we get into my wish list. But the people that are returning back, those are just my speculations. But I'm only gonna give you 30 characters just because I'm gonna save the other 10. Yes, I do believe there are gonna be 10 DLC characters in the future. In a different video, I will explain why do I think they're going to be DLC and such. But let's get into the confirmed characters so far. We have Aquaman, Batman, Superman, Supergirl, Atrocious, and Gorilla Grodd. Now, these two other characters, I'm going to say they're pretty much confirmed just from speculations and all of like the hints and stuff that's been out already. And that is Flash and Wonder Woman. Flash was in the announced trailer. It would make sense. He's also Ed Boon's favorite character, so I know he's pretty much confirmed. And Wonder Woman from the big old, like, you know, tease that Ed Boon said. And also, she's part of the Trinity. How are you not going to bring her back? She's getting her own solo movie. So I think Flash and Wonder Woman are pretty much confirmed. So that's 8 characters so far confirmed. Now, these are the returning characters who I believe are going to be coming back from the Injustice 1 roster. One, I'm going to start off the bat, okay? Hate me all you want. I think Black Adam's going to come back. Black Adam, of course, is one of my most favorite characters of all time. I got to put him in my #1 spot. Like, you know, if there was an NFL draft kind of situation where I can pick in this Injustice 2 roster, Black Adam would probably be the first pick I would choose. Just because in the ESO tournaments, he wasn't used as much in Injustice Gods Among Us, but he was such a great character. He had great setups, but then there were just other broken characters such as, you know, Batgirl, and then Green Lantern was very zony. But I think Black Adam will just fit perfectly in Injustice 2. Just imagine what they could do with him. The next character that should be returning back is Cyborg. It makes sense to bring Cyborg back. Sure, he was probably like the most least playable character, and I think NetherRealm knew that. But with my speculations, I think, you know, it would make sense to bring Cyborg into Injustice since he's going to be coming out for like the Injustice Part 1 movie. But I think NetherRealm, with all the feedback they got from Cyborg for Injustice Gods Among Us, they're going to change up a lot of his moves. He wasn't really all that great in Injustice. Like, his trade was terrible. You can heal, you have to stand still. If they would just change it where he could just automatically heal himself, I think he would have been played more. But hopefully with the feedback that a lot of people told, you know, to NetherRealm about Cyborg, I think he's gonna have a new move set. He's gonna have all these different kind of things, and like you know, with other characters I added to my, you know, wish list, it makes sense to put him in there as well. Another character coming back, of course, is Green Arrow. I know what you guys are saying. You know, he died in an Injustice comic. You know, how are you gonna make this make sense? For the sake of this video, let's just say NetherRealm has a story where like they have Earth 1 from, like, you know, the nice Superman, and Earth 2 with the mean Superman coming back, you know, all that. They figured out a way where both of them can help each other out, and there's multiple different, you know, Batmans, and just go with it, please, so I don't have to read it in the comments. Green Arrow coming back. He was pretty much a high tier character for the ESL players. He was a very great zoning character. He had great setups, very simple to learn. I just want to see a Green Arrow done right, and the one in Injustice was perfect. I loved him. It was the same guy who did the anime series, and I love that version. It would just make the roster fit perfect with another zoning character. Speaking of another zoning character, of course, you gotta have Green Lantern if you have Atrocious in this game. Now, I'm gonna leave this Green Lantern spot kind of blank in a way. I do want Hal Jordan, but I also want John Stewart. But again, it's just my personal taste. Like I said, I'll take Hal Jordan or John Stewart. It doesn't matter. But I do prefer John Stewart. He did make his appearance in Injustice Part 1. I know that as a DLC skin. but it just didn't fit right with the same dialogues with Hal Jordan. They could do the same thing with a lot of characters just like that, where they're just going to be adding more DLC skins towards the characters. Like, for instance, Blue Beetle. You can have Jaime Reyes and Ted Core at the same time. just have, like, I guess downloadable skins where it just, I guess, it masses over the, you know, original character. The number one reason why I would put Green Lantern in is because he's probably the most easiest character you can learn in Injustice. Yeah, bring him back. It makes it easier for newcomers to pick up a character such as Green Lantern. You gotta have this female in this damn game, and that's Harley Quinn. Yes, she has a movie coming out. To have Harley Quinn in this game, yes. Yeah, she's a big thing right now. I would put her next to Deadpool, how she's like really popular right now. She has her own comic. She already had her anime series with the Batman. She had an anime movie with the Suicide Squad. Now she's gonna get an original movie. Harley Quinn is hot right now, and it would be dumb for NetherRealm to not bring her back. Again, I am talking about the returning characters. We're almost done with them, but Harley Quinn makes sense to put her in the Injustice 2 roster. But also fix her moveset. Her moveset is really complex. It takes a very long time to learn with Harley Quinn just because her setups are pretty hard. You got to bring back the Joker. The Joker, of course, is dead in the evil Superman universe. We're gonna call it for Earth 2 for the sake. But the one in the Earth 1 universe, where I guess like Superman's good, he's still alive, and I will love to see this happen where the Joker from that universe talks to the Earth 2 Superman, the evil one. And I was hoping to see that in Injustice. We really didn't get to see that, and I want to see that conversation of them both having, and like, you know, with one evil Superman with an evil Joker. I want to see that happen in a storyline, and I want to see Joker coming back. He was played a lot as well. Like, I know a lot of people used to main with Joker. He had a very wacky moveset and all that, but if you understood him, you were pretty much deadly with Joker. Another return character who I think they should return back is Nightwing. Nightwing, in the comics, spoiler alert, he's dead. He's become the new Deadman. I guess they can use that as like a downloadable skin towards Nightwing, and I'm talking about Dick Grayson, not Damian Wayne, unless you're gonna make like some where you can have Damian Wayne, Tim Drake, you know, Jason Todd all in one Robin. Then maybe you could do that. If any Robin should get like a front of the roster spot, of course it has to be Dick Grayson. Bring him back. He's a popular character right now. Makes no sense not to put him in. Also, their other returning character, Shazam. You gotta have Shazam in this damn game. Yes, have Shazam come back, people. Shazam is a favorite. Like, he was awesome in Injustice. He wasn't played as much, but whenever you got to pick him, he was fun to play as. And this is my last character. It was very hard for me because I was like, man, there were so many other ones I did like, but I'm talking about the most favored ones I saw a lot of people played. And the last one is Sinestro. If you're gonna have the Red Lantern Corps and you're gonna have the Green Lantern Corps, throw in, of course, the Yellow Corps. It makes sense. Sinestro was a great favorite. Sinestro was a pain in the ass in the game. A lot of you guys know me. He's a very zony ass character. The stash. A lot of you guys know me. I should say that about the stash. He was a very annoying character, such as, you know, like other than Deathstroke. He was just really pain in the ass, but it makes sense. You have, like, you know, the Red Lantern, Green Lantern, throw in the yellow. Let's just throw the whole rainbow, you know, in there. Spoiler alert. Okay, I'm gonna talk about another thing. Yeah, the whole Yellow Lantern Corps. They killed Kyle Reiner when they just pretty much they all grabbed a part of his limb, of his body, like from like his two hands and his legs, and just pulled him, and yeah, out of space. That's some dark ass shit. When I read that, I was like, oh my god, this is dark as fuck. But Sinestro is very evil, and I would like to see another evil character make an appearance. Now we're going to the new characters making their appearance in Injustice 2. Now again, these are just my picks. Of course, you guys can leave yours down below. I'll talk about that more near the end of the video. But let's start off with the #1 pick that everybody wants in Injustice 2, and that is Red Hood. Everybody wanted Red Hood in Injustice. We didn't get that. Everybody wanted Red Hood in the DLC. We didn't get that. If you don't put Red Hood in the game, that's just showing that you really don't care about the fans, what they wanted. Everybody wanted Red Hood in the first game, in the DLC, and you didn't give us that. Jason Todd needs to be in this game. And please go with the traditional costume. Don't give us what Arkham Knight had, where, like, I hate the Arkham Knight design of Red Hood. The traditional one where he has like the brown jacket, the traditional red helmet, you know, with the wide eyes. That needs to happen. Don't make some weird ass shit. Alright, of course you can make the Arkham Knight Red Hood DLC, whatever, or unlockable in the game, but please make Red Hood the way he's supposed to look. Don't make some weird ass design. Alright, don't give him like cargo purple shorts or some bullshit. Okay, that's all I gotta say about Red Hood. The next character You guys know me. My most favorite hero of all time, Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing did make his appearance in, I think, Volume 3 of the Injustice storyline with him and Poison Ivy going on. And, you know, with Swamp Thing dealing with Constantine and Swamp Thing actually going on the same side of the evil Superman. Swamp Thing can do so much. He can have some of the same abilities like you know, Solomon Grundy, but of course they can, you know, with NetherRealm they can make it different. Swamp Thing, gotta have him in. Next up, Captain Cold. Captain Cold was hinted heavily in the first announced trailer. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure click the top right of the YouTube card. Check out that video near the end of this video and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, Ed Boon's favorite character is the Flash. We already have Gorilla Grodd. It makes sense for them to put Captain Cold, but it's gonna be the Captain Cold that I think everybody doesn't want, and it's the one with the gun. Now, if you guys read the New 52, Captain Cold does pretty much turn into Sub-Zero, so that would be really cool to see happen. But knowing them, they're gonna go with the one with the gun, which I don't know how they're gonna make that happen. I'm pretty excited for, you know, Captain Cold. He was hinted heavily in an announced trailer, and he was on a t-shirt of Injustice 2. It looks like Captain Cold 2 will pretty much be confirmed. Now this next one, okay, guys, bear with me. Like I said, this is my pick. I loved him in the Injustice comic. He was hilarious. I wanted to see more of him, and that is Plastic Man. If any of you guys ever read Plastic Man in an Injustice comic, freaking amazing. I thought he was great. He was the most funniest character I've ever read in the comic in a very long time. He had like this I don't give a shit attitude, but when the time had to be serious, he was serious. In the Injustice comic, he had a son who the regime had, and he wanted to bring his son back, and there was just like this funny moment where his son's like, you just want to be the hero because you don't want to have a father and son moment with me. And he's like, you know what, you're right. And the stuff they could do with him would be awesome. Like, you can stretch and punch. I just want to see that happen with Plastic Man. The next up, the character even Ed Boon talked about on Twitter was Blue Beetle. I would like to see Blue Beetle. Now, which one? Of course, my favorite is Jaime Reyes. Not just because he's Mexican, okay? Just because I like Jaime Reyes more than Ted Core, where Jaime Reyes is the main character, and then you can add like a DLC skin with Ted Core, kind of like the way they did with Hal Jordan and John Stewart. But adding Blue Beetle would make sense because we got Cyborg, and then we have my next character who is part of the Teen Titans, which is Starfire. You guys see where like, you know, my Teen Titans are building up a little bit. I have Cyborg so far, and then you have Blue Beetle, and then Starfire. You know, why not? She's part of the Teen Titans. Her powers are pretty much beyond, like, she can really, you know, go toe-to-toe with a lot of characters. And if you want to build a Teen Titans of characters in Injustice 2, why not add her? Next up, Black Canary. Of course, you gotta have Black Canary if you have Green Arrow. In an Injustice comic, Black Canary is actually with a different Green Arrow from a different Earth, and they actually have a kid. And if anybody's gonna come back to kill the evil Superman, it has to be Black Canary. I've said it from day one. If they were ever to kill off this evil Superman, it has to be Black Canary. That would just, like, you know, because he killed Green Arrow, and that was her, you know, lover, like, you know, the father to her child. Makes sense to bring Black Canary back. It could be from Earth 1, it could be the original one that comes back and fights Superman near the end of the game. Doesn't matter, Black Canary makes sense. There's even hits to the actor who plays Black Canary on Arrow doing some motion capture. People are stating that that could be for Black Canary in Injustice 2. The next character I'm going to talk about, it's a little bit far-fetched, but I would like to see it happen, is Big Barda. Big Barda is just a big old chick. I just want to see a bigger character as a female. That's weird to say it. Like, you know, you would think like Giganta, but there's no way she could play in the game. She was a backstage transition, whatever, but Big Barda, you can put her up against, like, you know, Gorilla Grodd, Atrocitus, and all these other big characters, also like Swamp Thing, and she would, you know, tower over them or like be in the same size of them. And, you know, with her powers, she can use her sword. She can have a lot of grapple moves, like, you know, kind of like Solomon Grundy. So I would like to see Big Barda. Okay, guys, we're almost done with this wish list. But the next one, of course, I gotta have this guy. If I don't have him, I'm gonna be upset. And that is Reverse Flash. I know what you guys are saying, like, what? How? Like, I know some of you guys are going to be typing in the chat saying how you're going to make him different from the Flash. Well, that's very simple. They made Shazam and Black Adam different. They made the Batman characters all different from each other. They made Joker and Harley Quinn different from each other. It makes sense to add Reverse Flash. He's the #1 villain for the Flash. And like I said, Ed Boon's a big Flash guy. You already have Gorilla Grodd. Knowing them, they're gonna put you know, Captain Cold, put Reverse Flash, because the Flash had no villains in the first one, and I want to see diversity with different characters getting more villains. You know, with Batman, he had a bunch of characters. In my wish list, yes, there's still a lot of Batman characters. That's just because Batman sells, but they're also great characters, you know what I mean? If I were to switch out, I don't know, Jason Todd, maybe Livewire, I don't know. See, it just doesn't add up. You know, with other popular characters, I would like Reverse Flash make an appearance. They can make him different, where he throws lightning, whatever. He can be very zony, whatever. I don't know. NetherRealm could find a way to pull it off. Next up, I have John Constantine. I want to see John Constantine. In my wish list, I have a lot of magic characters. They gotta get Matt Ryan, you know, the actor who does Constantine on the CW, where he had his own TV show. Gotta get him back. You know, he's just awesome guy. Like, I want to see John Constantine. They can make his trade where he, like, you know, his hands are on fire. He calls entities around you, you know, stuff that holds you, where he just comes and starts doing combos on you. He's not a big fighter, but he can use a lot of magic, where kind of like Kenshi in a way, where he can, like, you know, bring, you know, different creatures from different universes to hold you and stuff. The next one, I actually asked you guys on Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter at JRoar, where I asked you who out of all these characters should be in Injustice 2, and I was talking about Wonder Woman villains, and with no hesitation, you guys voted for Cheetah. And I only put Ares there because, like I said, I was making returning characters coming back, but Cheetah putting in the game, she can be a freaking fast-ass character, where, like, you know, she's kind of like the new Catwoman in a way, and that's why I didn't put Catwoman, because I was like, okay, we can't have Catwoman and Cheetah. I'm just saying, if I were to substitute another cat-like character, Catwoman would be out and Cheetah would be in. And now my last character, guys, my last character, you're gonna get mad at me, but I'm gonna leave it blank. And you're asking yourself, why are you gonna leave it blank? Because I don't know who the big villain is. So my very last pick is a big villain. Rather, if it's Darkseid, Venom Savage, Ra's al Ghul, the Anti-Monitor, the Crime Syndicate, I don't know what they're gonna be doing. So as for my last pick, I'm gonna say Darkseid, but, you know, I'm leading towards more like Ra's al Ghul or Brainiac. That's what I'm saying. My last pick is the big villain spot. So whatever big villain they're gonna use is gonna be my last entry. I didn't put Lex Luthor in because I didn't really like Lex Luthor in the game. Give another big villain a chance, like I said, with, you know, Brainiac, Darkseid, Ra's al Ghul, the Anti-Monitor. These are other characters that they can make their appearance in the game. My next video is going to be like a part 2, where I'm going to talk about DLC characters / guest characters. So be on the lookout for that. You know, I don't know when I'm going to have it out, but I'll make sure to keep you guys updated on Twitter. Like I said, make sure you follow me. Also, follow my Twitch, guys. You guys need to follow my Twitch, where we play Injustice. Also, other great games, but I will be playing Injustice, the storyline, pretty soon on Twitch, and I can't wait to see you guys there. What characters you want to see return, and what characters you don't want to see return, and what are your #1 pick? If you don't want to list your whole list down below, it's okay. Just give me your #1 pick that you just really want to see in Injustice 2. And I want to say thank you guys for supporting my Injustice videos. If you guys really want more, I need to see that thumbs up on that video, because once I see more thumbs up, I'm like, okay, this is what my channel wants. I'm going to give it to them. So the more you guys like the videos of anything, to me that means you guys want to see more of those type of videos. So thank you again, everybody, for watching. My name is JRoar, and I am the best at what I do, and that's giving you that 1-2 punch.